Think of the thing you desire to learn. Believe in yourself and your efforts will earn the ability to learn something new. Take an aim at the target true. I can retell events from the story, The Bowling Alley. I can answer questions about the story, The Bowling Alley. I can read the decodable text, The Bowling Alley. Gather around together and listen up while we're going to read a story that you can retell. When you read the story, you will grow. At the end, you'll say back what you know. All right, listen close to our story today so you can answer the questions. Our story is called The Bowling Alley. Josh is poking his nose around the alley, looking for dinner, when he sees something strange next to the trash can. It is taller than he is and shaped sort of like a person, with no legs or no arms. It is white with a red ring around its neck. What could that be? He thinks. It sort of looks like a jug for water. Then Chips walks around the corner. A bowling pin, says Chip. I snuck into a bowling alley once. They have some great snacks in there. Anyway, I saw a bunch of these. You set them up and you roll a ball at them to try and knock them over. Sounds fun, says Josh. Want to try? They search for more pins. They find 5. Not a whole set, but still enough to play. They set the bowling pins in the middle of their alley, just like Chip had seen at the bowling alley. What about a ball? Asked Chip. We can throw a soccer ball, says Josh. I think it has a hole in it, so a kid threw it away in the trash can next to my rat hole yesterday. Josh rolls the ball over. It is a little flat, but it'll work. Chip pushes the ball with his front paws as hard as he can. He only hits 1 pin. I can do it better than that, boasts Josh. He sets the pin back up with the rest. Then he rolls the ball back over and pushes it with all his strength. He hits 2 pins. I was just warming up, says Chip. He sets the pins back up, rolls the ball over, closes his eyes, and pushes the soccer ball with all of his might. 4 pins tip over. The last wobbles back and forth. Will it tip over? Yes! The 5th pin tips over. Chip is the winner. I will practice, and I will beat you next time. Now that we have our own bowling alley, we can play whenever we want, says Josh. All right, here's our comprehension conversations for today. First, we're going to do a recall. At the beginning of the story, what does Josh find in the alley? Good, he found a bowling pin. What type of ball did they decide to bowl with? Good, they used a soccer ball. Who wins the game of bowling? Yeah, Chip is the winner. Chip wins the bowling game. Now we're going to do vocabulary and language. So what do you think the author means by not a whole set of bowling pins? Yeah, at a bowling alley, they have a certain number of pins. And the pins that Chip and Josh found were not a whole set. It was a smaller number. There weren't as many. They only had 5 for their bowling game. What does it mean when Chip pushes the ball with all his might? What do you think the author means by all his might? Yeah, the author means that he pushed it as hard as he could. All his might means all his strength, all his muscles. He pushed the ball with all his muscles as hard as he can. All right, digging deeper. Our extension question, how does Chip know what a bowling pin is? What did it say in the story? How did Chip know what a bowling pin is? Yeah, Chip had seen them at the bowling alley before. Chip had been to a bowling alley, and it says right here, just like Chip had seen at the bowling alley. So that's how he knew what a bowling pin was. At the end of the story, Josh says, I will practice and beat you next time. How can he practice? Josh has his own bowling alley now. Josh can practice over and over by himself bowling, so that the next time he plays against Chip, hopefully he'll be able to win. Now we'll read a story with letters that we know. Get your finger ready to follow the flow. When we see a word, we'll stop and look and get our mouths ready to read the book. Time to read it on your own. Repeat after me. The bowling alley. Josh can see a pin by the can. Your turn. What is it for? Your turn. Is it a jug? Chip can hit one pin. Josh can hit two. Will Josh win? Chip can hit four. Will he hit them all? The pin will tip. Will Chip win? Great job repeating after me. If you want to read the book again, you can rewind the video to repeat after me again to read that book. All right, so what are some things that you can do when you get stuck on a word? If you didn't know one of the words on this page, like say you didn't know the word hit or the word them, how could you figure out that word? Good, you could tap it out and say the sounds. We'll try it for the word hit. It, hit. Now we'll try it for the word them. Them. Great job. How does that help us with reading and writing? Being able to sound out a word. Good. If you weren't able to sound out the words, then you might get stuck and not be able to read the story and understand. Now that you have the skill of sounding out words, you'll be able to read books and understand what you're reading. Great job today, everyone.